Hello, my name's Tom Cahill. The date is the 14th of the 10th, 2013. I'm continuing my series of reports about the Aston Lloyd Ponzi scheme, and this report concerns one of the many tentacles, this being the accountants who signed off their accounts. They're a Ponzi scheme, but they signed off their accounts as good, even though they certainly weren't. Approximately a year ago, I first wrote to them telling them that if they didn't explain how they'd managed to sign their accounts off as good when they definitely weren't. Now, let me make it very clear. This was an audit, not what's colloquially called an audit, a proper audit. When you get a small limited company or a window cleaner or sole trader gets his accounts signed off, they might call it an audit, but it's not an audit. An audit's where the account goes through every invoice and they put their own name to the fact that that particular invoice makes sense in the scheme of the whole business. So they actually have to go through it, and it costs a lot more, like £1,000 or 500 quid. For a large company, this costs a lot. Now, Aston Lloyd Holdings Limited had various different subsidiaries, and this lot audited all the different subsidiaries to my knowledge, and also the parent company. There's more onerous constraint to it, it's a PLC. So it's even more expensive. So not only were they doing the subsidiaries, they were doing the PLC as a whole, and they've somehow managed to put company's house accounts up, which would indicate that the company's fine. If you go through them with a tooth comb, it's quite clear that they're not fine, but still they put their name to them. Right now, I started by writing a few emails to them, and I tried to lure them in. I didn't let them know what was coming. And I expanded upon this using their answers to incriminate them further. Right, so 22nd of August 2012, I wrote to John Simmons, David Stockman, Terry Curzon, Michael Marks, Trevor Berkeley, and Julian Landau. Right, now the subject was KPSB inquiry regarding audit being for marketing. Dear all, with your website's marketing of your audit services in focus, please let me know 1. Whether the dialogue contained is a mere brag or a genuine promise to use the audit to improve the marketability of the client's firms. 2. What this means. And 3. How long this has been the practice of you and your organisation. Thank you in advance, Tom Cahill. And I put a link on there to KB, so Kellogg, Bravo, Sierra, Papa.co.uk /services /business /audit. Right now, the audit of a company is not meant to be to improve its marketability. It's meant to be an audit. It's meant to be an honest audit, just like a very straight accountancy. It's not meant to have a commercial or marketing aspect. Right? This is what they say under audit. And I quote, audit. Though business owners traditionally regard the annual audit and preparation of annual accounts as a cost centre, a necessary evil that adds no value to the business, we strive to transform it into a profit centre. And this is what they say on their website, yeah? So you can check that, and they didn't take it down afterwards, which is quite shocking. Besides helping you meet the statutory requirements, we also take the opportunity to conduct a review of your financial management systems. This can often result in our identifying potential problem areas and recommending opportunities to improve your business performance. We discuss the problems and opportunities with you and help you implement any agreed solutions. We see the preparation of your annual report as an opportunity to enhance your external image. I'll read that again. We see the preparation of your annual report as an opportunity to enhance your external image. A well-prepared report can have a considerable positive impact on the perceptions of investors, potential finance sources, customers, prospect, referral sources, and even your own staff, all of which greatly improves your business prospects for the future. So basically what they're saying is, instead of it being an honest, straightforward accounting thing like 2 and 2 equals 4, they're going to make it 2 and 2 equals 24. That's what they're saying. That's what that means right now. So just to make it clear, with that in mind, I'll quickly read the first email again, and then put you in the picture. Dear all, with your website's marketing of audit services in focus, Please let me know, 1, whether the dialogue contained is a mere brag or a genuine promise to use the audit to improve the marketability of the client's firms. 2, what this means. And 3, how long has this been the practice of your organisation? Right, now you've got to remember that Aston Lloyd is a Ponzi scheme, so therefore the fact that they've written off the books as good means that it's impossible for them to have done that by accident. And that was on the 22nd of August 2012. Right, now this is what they got back to me the same day, 22nd of August. Trevor of KBSB got back to me. Dear Tom, thank you for your inquiry and for looking so closely at our website. Our website is not making a false claim. Our firm, in various guises, dates back to the 1960s. We have always tried to be proactive, or wankerism, proactive, isn't it? And creative, another wankerism, it's accountancy, so there's no need for any of that, in helping our clients to grow and develop. Whilst the audit requirements are very demanding in terms of compliance, we go beyond this in looking at systems and controls, profitability, profit retention, and legitimate tax planning, none of which has got anything to do with the audit. This may include an element of marketing advice, which you specifically mention, but not in that context. Although we do not claim to be marketing specialists. I hope that this answers your question, but if you would like more information, please do call me on the number below or write to this email address. Kind regards, Trevor Berkeley, Berkley, and it's 0207 586 3841, and they're based at Harborne House, Harbour Parade, Finchley Road. That's in London, North London, and it's NW3 6LH. So I waited until, I got back the same day, 22nd of August, at 11 o'clock at night, so it probably got to me the next day. Dear Trevor, thank you for your confirmation. You appear to endorse these statements. 4. Is this acceptable to Companies House? 5. Your regulators, or 6. In line with the current UK legislation's requirements, as I thought it generally is totally unacceptable to jumble these two functions together. That's marketing, obviously, and audits. Totally different things, yeah? The point is, my aunt is an accountant, and I've done audits myself in the past, and I know quite a few other accountants, and they say that the statements made are extremely suspect and definitely not allowed. They say that your insurance will be voided by such statements, as this is outright defiance of the various accountancy regulators' rules. I'd like to know what they feel about such adverts. 7. Please confirm their support of these business practices. Tom Cahill. And that was the third email. I've not enumerated them. Going each way. 24th of August, that's 2 days later, so it'll be the day after next. Right? Because I sent that very late at night. And this is from... Sorry, no, it's from me. 2 days later. Dear sirs, sorry, I forgot to copy you all in on my reply. I will appreciate receiving the answers to my simple queries. I don't mind if Trevor answers for you all, but you need to be aware of what he's saying and be happy with it. I hope they don't create too much of an imposition. Hopefully I will have them by Tuesday following the bank holiday. Thank you in advance. Tom. The same day, Terry Curzon in capitals. Who are you? And then in capitals, Terry Curzon. Right, so that told me. Got straight back to him the same day. So that was at 11:59. At 12:13. This is all obviously like in the morning or the noon. Tom Cahill, potential client. Do you think you will be able to help? I am happy to answer any questions that you might have, but mine first, please. Right, carry on. Right, now. This is on the 24th, and this is at 12:44. Dear Tom, your questions are extremely unusual, hence my reluctance to get too involved. However, there is nothing unethical about providing services and advice complementary to the audit, unless you happen to be a listed PLC. But Aston Lloyd Holdings PLC are a PLC, so We'll go again. Your questions are extremely unusual, hence my reluctance to get too involved. The idiot's then gone and said if it's not a PLC. I would have never known that, but he's gone and admitted it. So, however, there is nothing unethical about providing services and advice complementary to the audit. But I was asking about the audit, not stuff complementary to the audit, unless you happen to be PLC, which they actually are. We undertake an initial and annual ethical review of all audits. If felt appropriate, we would have a different partner in charge of non-audit services. We have, within the past 6 months, had a periodic review of our firm carried out by the ICAEW, who are quite happy with our procedures and publicity material, including our website. I bet they are. I really do not want to have any further email correspondence on this. I'm sure he doesn't. If you are interested in our services, I will happily have a meeting with you without charge or obligation. Kind regards, Trevor Berkeley. Berkeley right now. So I got back to him. Right, what date? 16th of October. Dear KBSP Partners and Directors, thank you for your acknowledgements to date. Notwithstanding the fact that you haven't answered any of the questions we've raised, I've made a mistake there, and certainly not deterred by your wish not to correspond on the record to what have been simple, non-contentious points, I shall continue. From the first bullet of the last email, Trevor Berkeley, Friday 24/08/12 at 12:44. You concede that should your firm be doing an audit for a PLC, that it would be unethical to act in offering additional marketing services as per this increasingly elusive definition, in contrast to the brag on your website with specific reference to the 2009 Companies House accounts of the de facto Aston Lloyd Holdings PLC, with you supporting the pretense that they were a PLC, because of course they weren't, they were a Ponzi scheme, they were a crime. And that was point 8. Please confirm your best understanding of the 2009 Companies House accounts, records, which suggest that you, 9, signed these accounts off, verifying that the company was solvent when they were not solvent. 10, allocated a 300,000, that's £250,000 dividend to Robert Wing, director, from profits when there were no profits. 11A, marked properties sold to third-party buyers as company assets when they clearly had been sold. And 11B, where the sales revenue from these properties were reflected as a company asset simultaneously. Or company assets simultaneously, I meant to say. 12. I'm interested in where I can establish the accounting status of a sum of money that Colemans-ctts, that was the solicitors, informed me was paid by them to Aston Lloyd Holdings for a certified interim payment against a non-existing building element on apartment 103 on the Tuzla Lake project. The payment was made around October 2007 for what the agreement with Aston Lloyd Holdings expressly denoted an infrastructure payment. When I visited the site in 2009, there was still no infrastructure on the plot allocated for my apartment. Not one sod had been turned. So were these funds marked as being incorporated into the works as per being part of the company asset, a profit, entered as both of these, or something else? 13. Extremely unusual in quotations, or not. We may have to insist on a written response. I put we to make him think there's more people, but it's just me. And suggest that you leave the emotive jibes, sarcasm, and redundant capitalization aside should you choose this option. You have until the end of Friday to share your thoughts on achieving a contractually bolted down, mutually favourable outcome. We're both nearby in North London, but you are very busy, so won't be coming to any off-agenda meetings. Should you wish to avoid an unenviable dilemma with regard to your own personal and firm's finances future marketability, and a great deal of time spent dreaming up explanations to give to your professional indemnity insurers, we suggest you consider your imminent change of tact very carefully. We look forward to your thoughts. Right. Yeah, they didn't get back to that. So, 26th of October, 2012. Dear all, why haven't you answered our questions? Tony didn't want to investigate you when I demanded that he did 2 years ago. He said he wouldn't, as they work in an office. Tony's role in fluffing investigations is in no doubt, but fluffing was anticipated, and whilst depressing and inordinately time-consuming, the City of London Police's finest series of subsequent fluffers who have followed have failed to depress me into inaction. Indeed, at some stage they will turn on those who they once seemed so eager to protect. We don't think that working in an office is going to be much help when you are explaining your probable criminal operations to your insurers and your regulators. 14. Please accept receipt of this correspondence. We hereby put you on notice to the likelihood of a claim for an unforeseen value, but cannot set it at any lower than 50 million to reflect the Aston Lloyd Ponzi scheme's contractual obligations. 16. Demand that you provide your insurance details and accept receipt of this correspondence, so that I don't have to waste time finding this out myself. I will be charging you for any time accommodating your continued uncooperation. If I bother with your trade unions, that time will also be chargeable. The fee schedule for any of this work will be set at £100 per hour. Hopefully, you'll see sense and avoid your imminent ruin by being sensible about this situation. Yours impatiently, Tom Cahill. P.S. I did copy your entire website 2 years ago. The police have been holding it and have done nothing with it. I do intend to embarrass them into doing their job, which has always been the plan. Right. Okay. Dear sirs, I had a productive chat with Terry. This was written. When was this written? On the 29th of October. Dear sirs, I had a productive chat with Terry earlier today. He told me that you had nothing to worry about, and that I was so inarticulate that there was no way you could deal with me, as no one could understand what I was going on about. So short of me contracting a solicitor and making a claim, there will be no more responses. I say productive, so please let me elaborate. It is clear that you have all flat-footedly thought up a list of problems with my approach, and with the contents of my inquiries, and also what you purport to understand regarding my intention/strategy. You've written a list, and then, with remarkable delivery, Terry's tried to make me feel like I'm not going to be taken seriously by anyone, and, furthermore, that I might even get in trouble for asking questions. Strategy, however, requires attack as well as defence, as well as an iterative element. And trying to make me think that the police would be contacted re my harassment and abusive questions was not as good as I had expected from a gifted shyster. Call it blackmail, if you will, but today's performance proved only that you have nothing by way of explanation, and that you will be wanting the hard place to materialise in the form of your professional indemnity insurers. As you know, you've acted illegally and, at best, in serious negligence, and that's why the previous disclosure was never going to be any more than a fluff-off. You have until the end of this week to answer all of the enumerated points, or you'll be getting a Scam Informer article published. That's called, it's changed, not called Scam Informer anymore, but you type that and you still get it. They're hard to take down. I stand by every word that I've spoken or written, and I will enjoy ruining you all with your own actions or lack of actions as ammunition. You have cost me time and money, and I am lawfully entitled to compensation, whether your discretions be criminal or civil. The court of public opinion shall bring you to heel before you set foot in any courtroom. This is likely to become very expensive to you, and your families and friends won't have any sympathy when they realise you're just another layer of endemic parasitism which spoils what used to be a nice place to live. Lack of cooperation equals complicity. Raise your game or lose your business and reputations. Right, now this is the thing. Then he got back. Dear Tom, right, this is on the 1st of November, so it's a few days later, 29th of October. Dear Tom, we are taking your emails very seriously. However, we have to make further inquiries and will not be in a position to get back to you until sometime next week. Yours sincerely, Trevor Berkeley. Right, got back to him. Trevor, with prejudice, it's the 1st of November again. Dear Trevor, with prejudice, please confirm that your insurers have been placed on notice. Tom Kyle. I confirm that our professional indemnity insurers have been notified. Trevor Berkeley. See, it didn't work. His bluff didn't work. It's very shallow. How can it be that this organisation has been allowed to stay open in the UK for so long? It is our collective shame. That's the head of that blog, right? And I've also got that sort of subplot. KBSP for fraud, money laundering, and Ponzi schemes, boasting of charity work whilst conspiring to defraud millions of their hard-working people. So why haven't they been shut down for filing the Aston Lloyd Ponzi schemes accounts? Right, that's it. Basically, so I put that up, and that's, if you want to look at it on the internet, that's KBSP audit Ponzi Ponzi schemes schemes.wordpress.com. So I'm going to give them some more pepper soon, but this is just a little update. This is going to get put up on the internet right now, and I'm gonna start pushing forward the point. I've left them sitting there stewing for a while. I think they've probably forgotten about me. Possibly, I think I've gone away. Obviously, I haven't. But I've just had bigger fish to fry. But let's see what happens. I'll keep you informed. Thank you a lot. Bye now.